How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the UAB Blazers Dynasty on College Football 25, and this is the off-season video. I'm going to go over a few things, and then we're going to go right into the portal and the off-season. We're going to do some recruiting out of the portal and some last-minute, touch-ups on that. But as you can see, Alabama, who we played last week in the college football semifinals at the Cotton Bowl, lost on a game-winning field goal. It's just hard to stomach, really. But looks like we gave them more of a fight than Oregon did. Alabama ends up winning the national championship 31-10. Jalen Milroe, he's a great quarterback. I'm sure that had quite a bit to do with it. But let's look at some final stats on the season for our team. Jacob Zeno, what a absolute masterclass in college football quarterbacking. 4,700 yards on 71% completion, 44 touchdowns. Interceptions are a little high. In fact, I would like to go and let's go look at that right now. 17 interceptions is quite a bit. But nationally, want to see where that ranks nationally. So he's third. He's third in interceptions thrown, so that's not great. But I would say that he's probably first in. Well, he wasn't first in touchdowns, but he was fourth in touchdowns, third in interceptions thrown. But Dylan Gabriel, who was a finalist for the Heisman at one point, threw 15 picks. So yeah, is what it is. Yards per game, he was fourth in yards per game, and QB rating. Well, come on now. Looks like Jackson Dart had the best QB rating that actually counts. I don't want to go through all of that because it would be forever. As far as quarterback passing completion rating, looks like Jalen Milroe, out of the ones that actually count, it's him, McCall, and Jalen Daniels for the best completion percentage on the year. Yards per attempt, I'm not going to do this for everything, but yards per attempt looks like, oh boy, I have a buddy of mine that I talk to. Sometimes he has a YouTube channel. His YouTube channel is Playbook Gamer. He's very known throughout the college football video game landscape. But his quarterback at Tennessee, who I cannot pronounce his last name to save my life, led in yards per attempt. But that does not shock me. They run the veer and shoot. Anyway, let's go back up to our guys. I'm not going to go through this in detail like I just did for passing. But running the ball, BB Jr. Was our leading rusher. But depends on how you want to look at it. In yards, absolutely. But yards per attempt or yards per carry, not so much. BB Jr., 174 rushes for 871 yards and 11 touchdowns. Averaged 5 yards a carry. That's a great number. 28 broken tackles. That's also a really great number. Only one fumble. Beautiful. Isaiah Jacobs, 111 carries for 787 yards rushing, 7.1 yards per carry, 11 touchdowns. So they both ended up with 11 touchdowns. They split carries. That's just kind of how that goes. Receiving, had 1,000-yard receiver, and it was the freshman, Iverson Hooks. And he did it on 11 less receptions than our second leading receiver, which was our running back. Our running back had 965 yards. Lee Beebe Jr., 9 touchdowns. Hooks had 5, by the way. Amari Thomas led in touchdowns. Should have been our number one threat out there at receiver, but as the season progressed, he just didn't get as many catches. But he ended up having 889 yards, despite the fact that we went away from him late in the game. It's good to see Iverson Hooks get over 1,000 yards receiving. That's impressive for a freshman. Shanks had 496 yards, Coda 359, Buckhalter 184. The rest of this is, so TJ Jones ended up having his lone reception in the Cotton Bowl. That's nice. Anyway, let's keep going. Defensively, our leading tackler on the year was Bracey, and it was by 14 tackles. So we're going to be happy to see him come back. Our leading sack guy was Desmond Little. He will not be back. He had 11 and a half sacks on the season. That's just great. Interceptions, Tariq Watson had 9. Dempsey had 8. Those are our top two guys. Tariq Watson will be back, unless, of course, he wants to, transfer. I really hope he doesn't, but he might. You never know. Tariq Watson also had 5 interception returns for a touchdown. There was some starting receivers that either had, Iverson Hooks has 5 receiving touchdowns, and he was our leading pass catcher as far as yardage is concerned. And he had just as many touchdowns as Tariq Watson. And Tariq Watson is a freaking corner. So, if that tells you anything, downs played, Tariq Watson led that by 16. So, on defense, he was definitely our MVP, but he did not have a very good Cotton Bowl, despite the fact that he did get another interception. Kicking the ball, Jonah DeLange missed 1 field goal on the season, had a 92% field goal percentage. He kicked a 54-yarder at one point, was perfect on extra points. The only field goal he missed was inside 29 yards. That's just amazing. He went 4 for 4. He went 9 for 9, 30 yards and up. Oh, no, he went 10 for 10, 30 yards or more. That's just phenomenal. You can't ask for better than that. Kick returning, Iverson Hooks had 2 touchdowns. Shanks had 1. Those guys are likely to be our kick returners next year. Hooks is our primary guy. Punt returning, Hooks didn't get a touchdown. So yeah, that's our stats for the season. We're going to miss Zeno. Our search right now is about to be for a new quarterback because we've got some guys behind him that are all pretty much around the same level. I'm going to tell you right now, if I end up having to go with one, it's going to either be Landry Liddy or Ricky Van Buren. Those are my 2 guys that I'm thinking about going after if I can't find somebody in the portal. But we're about to find that out. So I'm going to hit this button. We're going to advance. Oh, actually, let's go look at some records real quick before I get out of here. National records, I don't think we set any season records on a national level this year. I just don't think so. Might have on a game level. Let's see here. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't see anything there. So let's look at first UAB records. So looks like no game records were set this year. Season records, yeah, I didn't. Oh well, I guess I'm gonna have to go to UAB for each one of these. Season records, Zeno. Zeno has got passing yards record with 4,700. That's not shocking. Passing touchdowns, Zeno's also gonna hold that record as well. Yeah, just an overall great year for him. Couldn't have been better. Look at career records. I got a feeling Zeno probably also holds the career passing records as well at this point. No, he actually doesn't. Darrell Hackney owns the career passing records for both touchdowns and yards. He almost had 10,000 actually. So one more thing I want to look at is American Conference records for the season. So American Conference records for the season. Zeno actually holds the American Conference record for passing yards in a season. Passing touchdowns, he technically holds it as well, but he's tied with Chandler Morris, so they ended up giving it to Morris for some reason. Tariq Watson actually owns the record for interceptions in a season for the American Conference, which actually, did I miss that whenever I went down here to UAB in season? Oh, he tied it. So whoever this Rodriguez Brooks guy is tied with Tariq Watson for interceptions in a season in UAB history. But ironically enough, I guess it's because back then they weren't in the same conference as they are now. Regardless, let's get out of there. Let's go over to staff moves. Oh, well, that's not where I need to look at it, I guess. Let's go coach abilities. I'm just going to do a quick rundown of each ability. This is going to be a long video, I have a feeling. Recruiter, we've put 1 into passing game. You can read those. You pause it and read it if you want. 3 into run game. Most people that play this game knows what these do. 4 into blocking. That was important for me. We wanted to establish our ability to recruit the offensive line really well. Put some points in a motivator. 3 into running backs and fullbacks, I suppose, just so we can get that off-season training boost for our running backs. And secondary, we put 3 into that as well. Put 1 into running game for tactician, just boosting the pass and run block of our running backs. I'm going to probably focus on this in this season next year. Blocking, we put 2 into this just to help with our pass block and our run block, as well as impact and lead block. Let's look at our offensive coordinator. Tim Ellis. He was the head coach at Charlotte last year. I don't really know why he left. He has 1 into quarterbacks in recruiting. He has 3 into halfbacks. He has 1 into receiver, and he has 3 into blocking. As far as motivator, he is a master motivator. And look at this. He's got 2 into quarterbacks, 3 into running backs, 1 into receivers, and 3 into offensive line in the regular motivator tree. In the master motivator tree, he has 4 into blocking, 1 into receiving, 3 into running, 2 into passing game, and 1 even into defensive line, even though he's not really a defensive guy. So that's a great pickup for us. Defensive coordinator, Gerard Beauplain. He's got a little bit of everything as well. Got 1 into quarterbacks and 1 into running game, which is halfbacks and fullbacks. And he's got 2 into each of the defensive ones and 1 into kicker and punters, actually, which is odd. You don't see that very often. He has no abilities into tactician, but he's opened up the tree. Motivator, he's got... our off-season is going to look good, boys. He's got 3 into passing, 2 into running game, 3 into receiving, 3 into blocking, 2 into kickers, special and punters, 2 into secondary, 2 into linebackers, and 4 into defensive line. So we should see some noticeable improvements after our training this season, hopefully. All right, I think now we're ready to move on. If I missed something, the 15 people that may watch this video can tell me about it. Okay, weekly advance. That I'm kind of worried about Jacobs transferring. If we can't get him back, that may be kind of rough. We're going to see here if he's going to end up trying to leave. He's not, but there's several guys that are trying to leave. I'm going to try to get James Smyer back. I got a feeling we need to try to get him. So let's try to persuade him. And success. He's going to stay. Let's try to persuade Anthony Saunders to come back as well. His deal breaker is brand exposure, but we're pretty close on that. He have a C+, and he wants a B-. Same deal with this guy. We just need depth, so we don't need any of these guys really to leave. Well, we're not getting him to come back. I don't think I'm going to go for anything on this receiver here. I don't really need him, and his reason for wanting to transfer is playing time. He's not getting any. Ryan Gunter, playing style, I'll try to persuade him. And he's decided to stay. So, anyway, we're not even going to try on this Quan Shepard guy. He's not playing next season. There's no way. And that's what he wants. So, it's just not going to happen. All right, let's move on. Weekly advance. All right, this is where we get into the nitty gritty, and you guys get to see me actually recruit because you haven't really seen that so far. Let's look at our draft results. Let's see if anybody got drafted. I'm hoping Zeno. No, I guess nobody did. I was hoping Zeno might get drafted, but it doesn't look like he did. I mean, after a season like that, you would think that somebody would want to pick him up, but I guess not. Let's go get in the portal. Let's look at our current list of prospects right now. I'm going to go ahead and take Trevon Grubbs off of there because we have the deal breaker there. We're not getting him. Looks like we lost out on Frederick Pete. He would have been a good one to have, but we got plenty of guys there. So, all right. So let's go look in the portal real quick first. See what we got here. Sort this by interest. Looks like Cyrus Allen from Texas A&M. We'll definitely put him on the board. Let's do the first thing we need to do here. Let's sort this by quarterbacks. Uh-oh. Ashton Daniels is the first person I saw. That's a big one. It would be really, really crazy if we could get him because he's a good one. Who else do we got on here? CJ Carr, that's another one I've seen floating around. I'm looking at some abilities right now. I'm trying to get one with a mental ability. It's just difficult. That guy's 6'4", 240. Jeez. 6'4", 242? That guy's huge. He doesn't have any abilities, though. That's just scary to me. Kyle Lau from Georgia State. I kind of want somebody that's JJ Cole. Actually, I know this guy. As far as what his stats are in the game because I play against a buddy of mine. Shout out to Tori. I play against a buddy of mine who runs Iowa State as his team on my online Dynasty. This guy's the guy I want. But if I can't get him, I'm going to go after Ashton Daniels. And I don't know about Jack Lausch, actually, so I'm not as excited there. J.J. Cole's the guy I want. Yeah, for sure that's the guy I want. So I'm going to go heavy on him. In fact, well, we'll worry about that after I fill my board up. Robert Woodard Jr. looks like that just came up. I need middle linebackers, so of course we'll select him. Let's see here. He's a sophomore, so he'll be a junior next year. Let's see here. That guy's really small. Dakota Cochran, no. That's going to be a no for him. Carmicah Glass. That's a heck of a name. I'll go ahead and put... Okay. And then I guess... This guy's small, man. He's really small. I just don't think I can do that. Cochran maybe, though, so I'll put one on him. Let's go to halfbacks. I don't think I'm going to need anybody at halfback, and unless there's just a really crazy good halfback in here. Marquise Crosby's actually pretty good, but I don't see anybody. I mean, this guy from UCLA is probably decent, but it says we have it as a need. I mean, I'll look at him. It's never a bad thing to have too many. Let me sort this by interest. Or let me just sort it by rating. Screw it. Easton Messer, no. Frank Covey, no. No. Chris Parker, maybe. Maybe. Colby McCullum, he's tall. He's really like 6'4", 210 for a route runner. That's kind of... Alright, who's this? Dalen Cobb. This is what I wanted to look at here is physical abilities. DeAndre Coleman. I'm going to go after him for sure. What's his deal breaker? Playing style? Yeah, that's no problem. Shifty takeoff. Elijah Metcalf. Yeah, we'll go after him as well. Okay. So, we got some guys to go after there. Cyrus Allen's going to be our top guy that we're going to try to get, though. Tight end. We see somebody really good here, maybe, but I just don't... Max Clare. That might be something. Okay. Offensive line. I think I probably do need offensive line guys still. This guy has outside shield. on silver. That's pretty good. The abilities matter quite a bit. I know that people will tell you they don't, but they really do. I think I'm going to go with this Joshua Sales Jr. guy. Let's go ahead and look at him. Only got 2 spots left. Uh-oh, Xavier Hill. He's a 4-star. We got to go after that guy. So I don't even need to look at the rest of them. He's got all kinds of abilities. Got 1 spot left. We don't need a center. Defensive end. We got 1 spot left. Maybe I need to go over to my recruiting board and look at this real quick. I don't need a fullback. Let me just go ahead and take that off. We don't care about that. Kicker we do want. Got a lot of quarterbacks here. I need to pick between these two probably on who I would rather have. I don't think I care about Fetu Choice a whole lot, and I think if I'm being honest with myself, I think I'm better off taking this receiver off as well. That frees up a little bit of space for me. I'm gonna keep Sermons on there because he looks pretty. Well, he's a JUCO guy, and he's kind of small. And I'm already going after 3 guys in the portal. I'll keep him on the list because I need to fill spots. Let's go from the back here. DeMarco Williams. Okay. It was showing me their abilities earlier, but now it's not. Let me back out of this. Oh, I know why. Okay. Because I wasn't in the portal. I was looking at prospect list as a total. Let's do transfer portal. This is the one thing the portal will show you that the prospect list will not. It'll show you their abilities. Looks like we have a 4-star. Caleb Ransall. He has... Wow. Yeah, let's go after him for sure. I'm not even going to ask any more questions other than that. That is an insane ability to have. Platinum blow up is wild. Especially with the way that we play. We need that. So we're going to go after him hard. Free safety. Anybody here of note? Let's see. We could probably do without. Let's look at corners. Always look at corners. He's a man guy. I want zone. Caleb Anderson. Doesn't have any abilities. Who's this guy? Man, zone, man, slot, zone. Okay. Six four is wild. I'm gonna go with the 6'4" guy is wild. That's just a tall corner. 6'3", that's wild. Bryson Taylor from New Mexico. I got to look at where they come from as well. Like that really matters. Where they come from tells me exactly how much talent they may have, because a lot of these higher like this guy's from Texas A&M, chances are he's pretty good. But that's going to fill our board up. We'll just go with those two. And let's go into the recruiting. We got 750 points. Let's go position by position here. I'm going to actually scout. I know that this guy is really good, so I don't need to scout him. I just want to go all in. Like, send the house. Let's try to get this guy. Ashton Daniels, like, I already know he's pretty good as well. We'll offer the scholarship. Let's do all of that. Fetu Choice, I don't really know if I care too much about getting. I mean, really, Carlos Hepburn's better. Let's go ahead and put 25 on him. I'm actually gonna. Oh, I feel like if I end up, what is his coach prestige? Okay, well, I don't know what to do there, so I'm just gonna. Oh, dang it! Sorry, guys. Wasting a bunch of time here, but this is pretty much what it is. Let's look at halfbacks. Isaiah Carlson. I would like. Let me scout him. That's pretty good. He's kind of slow, but I mean, he's got some decent abilities. I'll offer him a scholarship and put 25 on him. Let's do wide receivers. Cyrus Allen. It's pretty good. Offer him a scholarship. Put 25 on him. Coleman. Sure hand. Okay, yeah, we'll go ahead and put 35 on him. Elijah Metcalf. We know he has good ability, so I'm going to go ahead and just send the house and put a scholarship on him. I think DeAndre Coleman was pretty good too, actually. So let me go ahead and just take this off and send the house on him as well. I'm actually not. I'm gonna stop scouting because I don't need to do that. I know these guys are good. Let's put 25 there and offer a scholarship. Offensive tackle. We're gonna offer the scholarship. Put 50. I need good line guys. Guard. Scholarship. He wants to visit. We'll go ahead and do that visit this week. What's his deal breaker? Playing style. So we already know that playing style is going to be what we need to go after there. And then we'll send the house. Actually, we can do more than that. 75 total points on linemen. We'll do that. Let's go ahead and go over to middle linebackers. We got quite a few here. Sermons. We'll go championship contender for him. And I'll put 15 on him. Robert Woodard, we'll offer him a scholarship, and I'll put 50 on him. I gotta really think about what I'm doing here. Offer a scholarship to Glass, put 10 on him. I'm gonna do the same thing with Cochran. Actually, I'm gonna bring Woodard down. I'm gonna do 25 for him. Cornerback, we got 2 here. I'm going to offer a scholarship. I'm going to put 10 on each of these guys because really, if I got to, I can move guys over. And plus, I already know what I'm looking at when it comes to strong safety. And we really could use this guy here. So, and it looks like we also, if we were smart, could have scheduled a visit with him. So let's go back and look at what we've got going on here. We need to free up 40 points. I don't think we need tight ends. Let's just go ahead and take him off the list. That was a mistake. Going to go ahead and bring this down to 25. So let's go back to here. Let's go off. Playing style, and it's an A+ for playing style. Yeah, we got a serious chance of getting this guy. So let's go ahead and add the 10 on there as well. So this is what we're looking like. You saw it happen in real time. So let's go ahead and sim the week, see what we're at. No commitments. JJ Cole reached his top 5, and we are in it. So that's good. We need to go after, like I said earlier, we need to go after him big time. Let's go back into the portal. Okay, quarterback. Hepburn, we're still there for him. JJ Cole, he's in his top 5. We need to schedule that visit today. So Coach Prestige is a B+, and that is the deal breaker. So probably a good idea for us just to go with that. Daniels, his deal breaker's playing style. I don't want to have his visit be this week. I'm actually going to put his visit for week 4 because if JJ Cole commits, that's our guy. But Daniels is a good backup to have for sure. I'd love to scout him, but I want to make sure we get everything else going first. If anybody needs a visit. Carlson, we'll do his visit week 3. Coach Prestige. Let me go ahead and look at that strong safety, see where we're at for him. Looks like we're 3rd. And we actually went down, and we've already done our visit, so I don't know if there's a chance of getting this guy. We may just be wasting our points. I think we probably are. Let's take him off the list. We're wasting points there. That's sad, but it is what it is. Cornerback, we're probably going to get both of these guys with minimal effort. So let's go ahead and put 5 on him, and we'll put 25 on him. Matter of fact, let's just go ahead and we'll do 35 for both guys. Oops. I'll do 40 for this guy. He's tall. 6'4" for a corner is wild. So I'm just telling y'all, that's wild. Middle linebacker, looks like we're in good shape for a few of these guys. Put 25 here. We'll leave that alone. Woodard, I'll put another 10 there. Glass, looks like he's ready for a visit. We'll offer him his visit this week. It's playing style, and it's an A+, so that's great. Put 25 there. Got 75 on this guy. His visit already happened, but we're first on the list for Xavier Hill. We might be able to actually pull that out. That would be great. Tackle, we're first on the list here. We go ahead and make some room here to give him his visit this week. What is it? Coach Prestige is his deal breaker, so that's fine. Let's do 25 on him. And receivers, do I have anybody else? Metcalf could take his this week. So let's make room to do that. So 10, 5, and then 40 this week. Coach Prestige is his deal breaker, so we'll do that. All right, let's get out of here. Got some guys that are no longer on this list right here. That scares me. So let's go look at it. I'm scared to even... Oh, we're third on his list now. And we took the visit, too. Oh, there's nothing else I can really do. It just kind of looks like we're not going to get him. But it does kind of look like we're in great shape to get Ashton Daniels. He's a good quarterback, but I really wanted J.J. Cole. He has a phenomenal arm. There's probably nothing I can do to get him at this point. Except, potentially, let's do this. I'm going to keep trying, but... So, Coach Prestige is for sure one. Show y'all a little trick here, if y'all are willing to bear with me. So, we got to find Coach Prestige, and then it's probably this one. Student of the game. Yep. So, we're going to hard sell Student of the game, and then add DM the player to it. And then this, we can actually remove the send the house and just hard sell here. It's most likely going to be it's game time, but it could be something else. No, it's either it's game time, or I guess it could be time to get to work. We'll just stick to the send the house because we don't know for sure which one it is. I want to scout him. I mean that'll work. That's pretty good for what we're looking at. I mean he doesn't have a ton of abilities. I would have loved to have gotten J.J. Cole. I just don't think we're going to be able to get him. Hepburn, we're kind of in the running for this. Fetu choice, we're still there. I really don't know how. Carlson, we take our visit this week, so let's go ahead and send the house for him. Receiver, let's schedule this visit this week. Coach Prestige. Let's actually do proximity to home. It has the better rating. DeAndre Coleman. We'll do his this week as well. It's playing style. So proximity to home is an A+ though, so let's go ahead and do that one instead. Metcalf, we already did his. I actually think I'm going to go ahead and send the house on Coleman and Cyrus Allen. In fact, what I'll do for him, though, is I'll hard sell because I got all 3 of his abilities, or all 3 of his interests unlocked. And it's decent. Academic Prestige being a C+ isn't great, but it'll be all right. Tight end, we took him off the board. Sales, we are... Sheesh. It's not a good sign. We'll put 50 back on him and just hope and pray. Probably going to get this guy. Looking real good to get him. We'll just continue to where we're at. Alright. Center, no. Defensive end, no. Defensive tackle, no. Linebacker, no. Middle linebacker. We got a lot of guys here still. And we got no hours left. I just realized that. Sheesh. Okay. Let's do cornerback. We got guys that need to be. Okay. Well, we're. Oh boy. Okay. So I'm gonna have to probably wait on the visits for these guys until next week, anyways. Let's look. Well, I could make one happen. Are we? We're in the lead for both of them, and either one of them. I mean, we're in the lead by a lot. I could probably get away with taking 25 off here and then another 25 off here and scheduling a visit for one of these guys. Let's do this one. It's playing style. So we'll do that. And then I'll put 5 here and 5 here. All right, guys. I got visits I need to do next week, so hopefully some of these guys commit so we can get on with it. Xavier Hill commits out of Olive Branch, Mississippi. That's a big-time get, a 4-star transfer for us. We lost out on J.J. Cole, so now our primary focus is Ashton Daniels. He's our quarterback next year, most likely. Let's go into recruiting. So we can take J.J. Cole out. He's going to be going to Wisconsin. So this is our guy. We're going to have to hard sell here. I think I know which one it is now for sure, though. It says he's not going to get any playing time. I wonder if that's because these guys are better. Huh. It's interesting to me. I kind of think... His playing time's a B-. Don't know how I feel about that. Anyway, let's keep going. That's definitely the one, too, isn't it? We're just going to send the house. Just going to send the house there. I'm going to go ahead and maybe put 10 on this, on Fetu Choice, just in case. Hepburn, we're going to probably end up getting him regardless. This is the last week. Carlson, I think we'll get him. We're in the lead there. Let's do receivers. I mean, we can't do too much more for any of these guys. Let's do that. Tackles, we didn't get Joshua Sells. That's fine. Guard, we're in good shape here. Probably going to end up sending a couple of these guards elsewhere. Defensive end, defensive tackle, offensive, okay, or outside linebacker. All right, this is what I wanted to look at. Woodard, his visit needs to be this week. It's playing style is his. And since we know that playing style is his deal breaker, we can hard sell this. And I'll go ahead and add 10 back onto there. Dakota Cochran, he's also going to have to come this week. Coach Prestige is his. And since, once again, I know all 3 of his now, I can just hard sell that. There we go. Let's go cornerback. Gonna have to probably go after these guys pretty hard if I want them. So let's go ahead and send the house for both of these guys. This guy actually I don't have to send the house for. Let's schedule a visit and let's do championship contender, and I can actually hard sell him on this and go ahead and add 10. Kicker, we kind of want this guy, but we can't do anything else. So I'm just gonna go ahead and add like 10 to him. Let's see. Do I have anything else? Sermons I can add. I can go ahead and send the house on Sermons here. I'm expecting to get quite a few guys at the very tail end here, hopefully at least. I'm gonna send the house for both of these guys. Well, I guess I can't send that. Yeah, I can. I can do it for both of them. I'll just do 10 here. Got 20 points left over. Go ahead and put 50 on him. And then I'll go ahead and add the remaining 10 on Hepburn. Alright, this is it, guys. I mean, got several guys we're still waiting on. Hopefully we can get Ashton Daniels. He's probably going to be our quarterback, even though it says he has a D- rating for playing time next year. We'll see about that. Isaiah Carlson, he's coming to play for the Blazers. Robert Woodard Jr., Dakota Cochran, Javon Thomas, sorry guys, Carlos Hepburn from Bentonville, Arkansas, and that's it. So we ended up missing out on, at least it looks like we ended up missing out on Ashton Daniels. Let's go to National Signing Day, see where everybody ended up at. Looks like we did get Ashton Daniels. He just didn't pop up on the... Okay, so we did end up getting all 3 of the quarterbacks that were on our list. We ended up not getting J.J. Cole, he's who I wanted, but Ashton Daniels will probably work. I'll have to look at the position changes in just a second. But let's go ahead and look at top classes, see where we fell here. I'll have to probably scroll down quite a bit. 30th. We are 30th with 4 4-stars, 23 3-stars. That's not a bad spot to be, especially in the first year. Got some really good talent. We'll go ahead and look at each recruiting position. So we got Fetu Choice, Carlos Hepburn, and Ashton Daniels in the quarterback room. So our quarterback situation is set for the foreseeable future. Got Corey Godfrey and Isaiah Carlson in the halfback spot. Wide receiver, we ended up not getting any of the 3 transfers that we were going after, but that's fine because we got 3 really good freshmen. Got Steve Blum, Alani Slaughter, and Jordan Bullocks. Tight end, we didn't pick up a tight end, but that's okay. We got 2 tackles in Iosif Tavai and Stephen Burks. Got 3 guards in Joshua Levitre, Brady McGlockton, and Xavier Hill. Got 2 quote-unquote centers in Barry Wing and Deshaun Cross. I got a feeling they might not play center. Defensive ends, Darrell Ramsey, Austin Spears at defensive tackle. Outside linebacker, we got Gil Pope. Middle linebacker, we ended up picking up, looks like 4. Dakota Cochran, Robert Woodard Jr., Xavier Sermons, and John Burr. I would fully expect a few of these guys, or at least one of these guys, to go to outside linebacker. Cornerback, we got 3. We got Enrique Quick, Kelly Jones, and Javon Thomas. No free safeties, and Devontae Haddad at strong safety. Kicker, we got Spencer Washington. He will likely be a backup. So let's go ahead and go to position changes and look at what we got going on there. Okay, so right out the gate, Ashton Daniels right here is the best quarterbacks. I don't know why they said his playing time was going to be pretty bad. Let's go look. Our quarterback room is interesting. We've got Ashton Daniels, Landry Liddy, Trace Campbell, Ricky Van Buren, Fetu Choice, Carlos Hepburn, and Adrian Posse. I would expect to have to cut a couple, or at least one of these guys. We've got a lot of juniors here. I don't know if I see it. In fact, this 6'5", 225 guy, can he play anything else? Not really. I'll tell you, he might get cut, and I'll tell you the reason why. Let's go look at this right now. And if this deep accuracy doesn't improve, there's no way he can play on my team. 67 deep accuracy is not it. Fetu Choice doesn't have good deep accuracy either, actually. So it looks like I'm really glad we got Ashton Daniels, or else it looks like Van Buren would probably be starting for me. Let's go to running back. BB Jr. Jacobs. Godfrey comes in at a 77 overall. I can't look at what his dev trait is yet. Isaiah Carlson comes in behind him. I'm probably going to move. Yeah, I think Carlson is about to be a fullback for me. We don't even use the fullback, actually. What am I doing? I'm not going to move him to fullback, but he will probably play fullback for me. I wanted to look at this. I think BB Jr. could be a really good receiver for me. It says a 70. I don't want to waste his potential necessarily, but I kind of think he's better than a 70. Alani Slaughter and Steve Blum both come in at pretty decent ratings. Iverson Hooks at a 76 now, and Amari Thomas at a 81. I'm kind of thinking BB Jr. I'm kind of thinking he's about to be a receiver. This running back room is loaded. We don't need him there. He's just really, really, really good at catching the ball for his position. 79 catch. I'm gonna try it, guys. I know some people aren't gonna agree with this. Let's see what his abilities look like over there. He doesn't have any. But I think he'll improve. Guys, just let's look at his playing card. Let's see what it looks like on ratings. I can't look at that right now. It won't let me look at it. Y'all, this is tough for me. It won't let me look at his ratings right now. I wonder if it will if I go from, instead of going from here. Okay, so now I'm not in position changes anymore. Let me see. Well, let me look at it now. No, it won't. Okay, so I'm gonna take the risk and put him. I'm gonna take the risk. I know it sounds crazy, but I'm gonna put Lee Beebe Jr. at wide receiver. He just caught the ball way more than he did anything else. I just think that it's probably the right decision. So I'm gonna put him there. I got a feeling he'll play regardless. Tight end, we got 3. Do I have any really big receivers that could possibly play tight end? Steve Blum, maybe? He's actually 6'3", 213. I kind of need bigger tight ends, though. No offense to the guy. Left tackle, this looks decent. We're going to have to probably redshirt him, but it'll be okay. Left guard, yeah. Center, yeah. Right guard, even more, yeah. It's not looking great. Right tackle, now this is nice. Left end, yeah. Right end, yeah. Defensive tackle, yeah. Okay, so I'm really glad that we got James Smyer back because he's probably going to be our starting left outside linebacker. Middle linebacker, it's a good thing we got Woodard. Cochran as well. Let's actually, okay. What does Woodard look like as an outside linebacker? Doesn't really do much for him, does it? Okay. Let's look at right. It's about the same as it was last year. Cornerback, obviously Watson's phenomenal. We don't need to touch him. Got a few guys over here. Looks like Javon Thomas was a great pickup for us. His zone coverage is a 77. That's definitely okay. Kelly Jones, I think he was a pickup too. That's the 6'4" guy that I was telling about. He's got 81 zone coverage. Wow. So those are good pickups for sure. Free safety, got two pretty good guys here. Adrian Maddox is 6'3", 200. He played a lot of outside linebacker for me. Looks like he'd be pretty good there as well. Let me look at my strong safety position real quick. Bryant. Okay, Sarad Bryant. Looks like he could probably play some outside linebacker as well. I think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to move him to left outside linebacker. And then Maddox, okay. Maddox is an 85 speed. He's a senior though. I don't feel like he's going to play if he stays here, so maybe I'll move him to I'm going to move him over to strong safety. And I know that doesn't make a whole lot of sense to a lot of people probably, but just trust in the method here. We're going to have to recruit that position pretty heavily next year, I think. Let's move. Who's got the better zone? Yeah, they're about even, so I guess it doesn't matter. Let's move Jakubek over to free safety. And then I'll move Ricky Lee the third over to, well, what's the zone look like? The zone's pretty good here regardless. Both of these guys, okay. Bracey doesn't have great zone. I wonder if Bracey might be he would be. Okay, so Bracey actually might be the better linebacker out of the bunch. Huh. I'm going to leave him alone. He did really good in that position last year. I'm going to move Ricky Lee the third to strong safety, I think. And he's going to probably start there. Kicker, Delange, we'll leave Washington alone. Punter, we'll leave that alone. All right, so the only thing we need to look at now is our athletes. We got 3 of them. Jordan Bullocks, 6'5", 197, looks like a receiver. Yeah, looks like he could be a receiver. He could play corner. Okay, so if he plays corner, where is his... Does it show... Tackle's a 65. Man coverage is a 70. Zone coverage is a 67. He's freaking huge for a corner, though. What is his catching? Jumping's a 94. Okay. His route running is pretty horrible, just to be honest. His catching's pretty good. He can get better at zone. I'm going to put this guy... He's 6'5". That's just huge. I'm going to put him at safety. Put him at free safety, actually. Let's look at Deshaun Cross. He comes in at a 57 overall, but I got a feeling. Okay, so that's kind of what I was hoping for. He's got some decent speed to him. I think I'm going to put him at end. With as many 3-man lines as we run, we need bigger guys at end. So I'm going to put him at left end. And then that just leaves Barry Wing. He doesn't have too much speed. He looks like more of an inside guy. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Put him at defensive tackle. Alright guys, I think that's what I'm looking at so far. The one big thing everybody's going to look at here is they're going to look at my decision to put VB Jr. at wide receiver and just question that. And I can't even blame you. For me, it doesn't look like the smartest move, but I'm just going to trust the process. Let's see how it turns out for me. All right, well, we got 12,000 XP. This is to be expected. This happens. The little trick there is to put points in a motivator so that every time a player levels up, you also gain XP from that. So when you go to your off season and everybody levels up naturally in your off season, then that's going to immediately give you a ton, and I mean a ton of XP. You just saw it there. Um, we've got 50 coach points right off the rip. Let's look at training results. This is big time. All right. So Bracy. All right. Let's look at quarterback. So Ricky Van Buren's going to be the backup, but it's pretty much been decided for me at this point. Well, he might. Oh God, he's got a good arm. We may have a quarterback battle. He's got a good arm. He's a little bit better of an arm than Ashton Daniels. In fact, he's quite a bit better. Ricky Van Buren might end up being our starter. We'll just have to look at that. Campbell, there's no way unless his deep accuracy he might get cut. So anyway, let's leave that alone for now. Running back, Jacobs is an 80 overall. He's gonna be our starter. Some guys I've never heard of down here that might get cut. Wide receiver, that's what I was afraid of. Doesn't look like Lee Beebe Jr. went up at all. That makes my decision look pretty dumb, actually. The one thing I can do is look at his ratings. I still can't look at his ratings. So, makes my decision look kind of dumb now to put him over there because he was so successful for us. And I can't change him back to a halfback. Decision's been made. Can't go back now. Is what it is. Oh well. So looking at the whole roster here, Daniels is supposedly the better quarterback, but I don't know that he is. It's starting to look like for our offense, he might not be the better quarterback. This is going to be a true battle. I'm starting to think that I might go with Ricky Van Buren. Oh boy. Okay. Halfback. It's a two-headed monster. It's Godfrey and Jacobs. Wide receiver. This is gonna be interesting because Corey Milner, we redshirted him last year. BB Jr. He doesn't have a red shirt left, and he's way down on the depth chart because I made the decision to put him at. I mean, I probably should have left it alone. We'll see if I can't change that back whenever it gets time for the regular season. We'll just have to look at that. Tight end, we got 3 of them. None of them are going to be compared to what we had last year. Coda and Payne were 2 great. Although Jack Nickel does have sure hands, which is great, so that's not bad. Offensive line, 78 on the left tackle, 78 and 75 at left guard, 84 at center. That came out of nowhere. Wow. That just kind of came out of nowhere. That's pretty good. His backup, Cade Martin, is a 78. That's wild. Right guard, Xavier Hill, 86. We're looking pretty good there. Right tackle, Jeremy Gladstone's going to be the right tackle, but I might put the backup guard over there. Left end, Emmanuel Waller. His backup's going to be probably Elder. Right end, Daryl Hurst, who's number 84. That's wild. Defensive tackle, Derek Shepard Jr. With Iman Smalls backing him up. He may end up starting. He's absolutely behemoth. Left outside linebacker, Sarad Bryant and James Smear. Probably going to be Smire or Smire. I think it's Smire. He's got an 88 tackle. It's just too good. Middle linebacker, Tariq Gregory and Eddie Tossum. Kind of in a battle for that position there. Looks like Gregory might end up getting it. Right outside linebacker, Everett Rossaw Jr. He's pretty much got that in the bag. Tariq Watson didn't go up a single point in overall, which I find extremely odd. That's just extremely odd to me. You would think that he went up, but he didn't. looks like most of his points went into house call. He's now got gold house call. So that's nice. But he's still going to be our starting cornerback. Free safety, Bracey. He ended up getting house call as well as one of his abilities. That's added. He's going to be our starting free safety for sure. I'm excited to see what Jordan Bullocks has. This guy could be big time for us at some point down the line. It actually may not take very long. We'll just have to look at that as time progresses. Ricky Lee III got moved over from free safety to strong safety, but he's still probably going to start for us out there. Kicker-wise, Delange went up to 78. His kick power is now a 94. His kick accuracy is a 79. That's phenomenal. He was a 64 overall kicker, guys. 64 overall kicker, and now look at him. Punter, Patrick Foley. Hopefully we don't have to use him a whole lot. So let's go on and advance the week. Kind of want to glance over and look and see how long this video is. We're well past an hour at this point. Oh, well, we're not well past an hour. We are at an hour. So let's go to encourage transfers. Looks like we got 2 guys we're going to have to encourage to transfer. This guy's definitely one of them. Get him off the board. I'm going to keep Campbell around for one more year, but I just don't see him being able to do much of anything else. If anything, I might move him over to like tight end next year and see if he even can scratch the surface over there. Halfbacks, I don't want to. Nah. Fullback, no. Mario Cofield, maybe. I don't really know if he's got much. Huh. I don't know about it. I don't know about it. So let's do no, 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 no. Nope. Nope. No. 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 I can't. No. 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 Well, no. No. Nope. Nope. Okay. So the decision's now been made for me. This guy's never going to play. In fact, his deep accuracy is so bad that there's just no chance. So let's go ahead and get him off the board, and we're down to 85. So that was easy enough. I want to upgrade my coach skills real quick before we go into the season. Kind of want to look at something here. Need to get 5 players drafted in order to get the master motivator tree. Don't know if I necessarily care about this in season. Tactician, this could be good. I think I'm going to go with I'm just going to go all in, I guess, on tactician. So I'm going to go all the way for my quarterbacks. Go ahead and get that out the way. I'll do secondary. I kind of want to make these guys better in every facet of the game. So we'll do secondary all the way. And then let's do receivers up to. I went all in on tactician. Yeah. Eventually my goal is to get to program builder. This one has some really good traits, but for now, offensive coordinator, he can handle the majority of this. He's an elite recruiter as well. So my offensive coordinator is doing a lot of that for me, and my motivator on both sides of the ball is pretty good. So as long as we keep our coordinators, we should be all right. This is the part that y'all are probably waiting on, which is the custom conferences. I mentioned it, and I've pretty much decided, yes, we are going to move to a bigger conference. The Big 12 is an option. I didn't want to move to the SEC. I mean, we could take over Vanderbilt's spot, or just, I mean, Vanderbilt had a good season last year. In fact, they had a really good season, so we can't take over Vanderbilt's spot. We could just join the SEC, but I don't think that's realistic. The ACC is probably the most realistic one to join, and make it an 18-team conference. I think this is probably what we need to do, actually. Just join the ACC. Big Ten's another option. They are already an 18-team conference. The Big 12 is 16, so we could join the Big 12. But I think I like the idea of joining the ACC more than anything else. So that's what we're going to go with. We are going to join the ACC. So that ought to be fun. Where are we at? We're down here somewhere. Number 8 in the nation, the UAB Blazers. We're joining the ACC. Clemson and Florida State both are talking about leaving the ACC, but for the purposes of this, I'm going to keep them in there. The American, that puts them down to, 13 teams, but I do think that it would be cool to bring Memphis with us, but we'll worry about that maybe in the next season. Looks like Memphis, ECU, those two teams could be contenders to bring with us if, in fact, I decide next season that Clemson and Florida State move on like they're thinking about doing in real life. We'll see how that goes. But for now, let me go ahead and go to conference rules. Sometimes this messes up. It's 18 teams, so I'm going to go with a 9-game conference schedule instead of an 8-game. 9-game conference schedule allows you to play, half of the... Well, you're only going to play 8 anyway, aren't you? Well, you're going to play 9 games, and there's 18 teams in the conference, so that equals half the conference that you're going to see, but I think it might be one less than that because you are, in fact, one of the teams. So, anyway, this puts us in a position to have a rematch with Pitt from the Peach Bowl. That's another reason why I put that on there. Let me go ahead and look at the American now. I want to make sure their conference rules didn't change either. Let's look at the Big Ten. Surely theirs didn't. I think we should be good on all of these. Sometimes this glitches out when you move teams around, though. You want to just look at it to make sure. Yep, looks good. So let's get out of there. And yeah, this is the end of the offseason. And the next video will be in the preseason. So hope you guys enjoyed that. I don't think there's anything I can really look at in this video or at the end of this video to show any more. In the preseason video, I'm going to go over several things, including our recruiting lineup, what we're going to start off with. You know that changes after the first or second week anyway, but it's worth looking at. I am going to go over my playbook in the next video, just a little bit. Well, I think I'm going to make a separate video about my playbook and what it's going to be going forward. Somebody in the comments... the only comments I've gotten so far, mentioned he wanted to know what my playbook was, but it's a custom playbook, so, I mean, I could share it for the Xbox guys, but for the PlayStation guys, it's not going to do y'all any good. Anyway, I've rambled on enough. Go Blazers, and I'll see you guys in the next one.